What's going on, people of YouTube? It's your boy here, the Warlock. We are doing this unboxing. We are doing this deck profile of the leader card Hatchhyack, which is not, don't be confused for Tapion and, what was the other guy's name? Tapion and the villain monster he turned into.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Anywho, it's completely different. The Hatchhyack completely different. So anywho, enjoy.
This boy, the king. I'm gonna do my deck profile of Hatchhyack.
Not the evil creature Tapion as we established before. Completely different. I knew that from the get-go. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to it, okay? Forget what he's saying, okay? He's just now getting into meta, okay? He played Jank throughout his whole Dragon Ball season.
Listen, I had some victories, okay? It's not like you.
You got mere luck victories.
Listen.
You're like Joey for Dragon Ball Super.
Listen, there are still victories.
Okay, so we're gonna get to the deck profile.
Okay.
Alright, so this is a leader, Unawakened. It's Dr. Lachit or Lachi or whatever. I don't know how to, or Lachi or whatever. So he pretty much is like a Nimbus for, you know, the first couple, three turns or so.
He's not on a Nimbus though.
No, but he has almost like a Nimbus effect, where it's just your leader can swing. If I remember correctly, I think it's just your leader. Battle cards players cannot attack with battle cards with energy cost 7. Okay, yeah, so it's just your leader. If you somehow manage to play a 7-drop or higher, or 7 or less, or, well, I mean 7 or something higher than 7, then you can attack. But in this game, that's almost non-existing, almost in a way. Unless you're playing Go Tanks and you use the ultimate SCR, I believe, for it. But once per turn, you pretty much take the top card of your deck, put it under him, take the top card of your deck again, put it at the bottom, put it at the drop area, and you draw a card. And when you get 3 of them, you awaken, and you get this big, beefy Malice.
That is not the creature that Tapion turns into. Again, completely different, and I knew that. I watched the movie.
Right.
Definitely watched.
You didn't even know who it was.
I
shut
did.
Up. Just shut up. All right. So permanent. When you play this card, you can only have black cards. Sound a little racist.
Black power.
But yeah, I guess Black Lives Matter. When you attack with this card, you get pretty much gain 5,000.
That was good. Sorry.
You good? Okay. So you pretty much gain 5,000. Draw a card, which will make it 20, which makes your opponent drop even more cards if they need to combo out of it or whatever. And same thing, if it's a 7, your opponent can't attack with tokens, but battle cards with energy cost of 7 or less, then the card they attack with for the duration can only attack for the duration. So if I have a 7-drop, or if the Warlock have a 7-drop, he can only, or less, he can only just attack with that card. So if he spam his whole field, his whole battle area
with
right
Shitty
here.
Shinron.
Yeah, with shitty Shinron.
I didn't say shitty, but
he's shitty when it comes to this. I really feel like Hatchhyack can pretty much take the meta with some of the decks that rushes down. Like, I really think that this leader can beat Majin Vegeta because of the fact that it gotta have multi-attacks with the little battle cards.
Well, there we go. Hashtag make Hatchhyack meta.
Right,
again.
we need to make it meta again. There's a lot of black cards, and especially when the new draft box, there's going to be a lot of black cards that give this card probably more support. But anywho,
power. This
one pretty much prevents you from getting rushed down. You get to draw a card, and you get 5k onto your leader. So he becomes a 20k beater with a draw. I mean, it's nothing bad. At least it stalls the game out so you can get your key pieces and stuff. So that's the leader. For the deck, I run... let's go with... Their theme is Ghost Warriors. So I literally will run...
As soon as you can find it.
2 Lord Slug, a Ghost Warrior, due to the fact that you can pretty much take your 3s and your 7s in between, like a 3, 4, 5, a 6, and a 7. Between those ratios, or those grades, or whatever you want to call it in your game theory, you can pretty much just send those back to the bottom of your deck and pretty much play for free. And then during your main phase, you can pretty much sack them off. And then if they have a card that is more than their energy, you can kill it. And I believe it goes to the warp. I haven't played this deck in a while. Yep, it goes to the warp. So this pretty much get rid of the big beaters that you really don't need on the field right now. So if I play an energy card that's at 8 normally, but costs a 5 to cast it, but I'm only at 2 energies or 3 energies, next turn I can play this guy, sack him off, send it to warp, just like that. All right, so we run 2 of those. We'll just keep those like that, yeah. And then I'm gonna run 2 Gali Aptute Sun. To be honest, it is really not to be played on the battlefield. It's just to tap 1, pretty much warp a card off the field just to get rid of it. So you can get rid of those pesky problem cards and stuff like that. So like in a Booney, you can use this to tap, get rid of a Booney, and then you got 2 tokens left, but with the tokens, it's really not going to do as much because of the fact that they can't rush you. So it pretty much helps stop blue too.
Okay, we'll say from now on, let's put the cards right here.
Right here.
Yeah, that's when we're gonna focus the super zoom.
Okay. And 1 Ghost Frieza, the Ghost Warrior. Why? Because it can target a barrier, a card that has barrier, and
That's so clear. I can read it from the screen. That's so
Really?
amazing. Yes.
oh yeah.
If your leader card is black, machine mutant card, and you choose to, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it pretty much had the same thing as Lord Slug. It just sends stuff back because your whole deck mills. So you could just use your graveyard to just cast cards for free. But when this card comes into play, you can place it in the owner's drop area, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch it to rest. So if you get those pesky evoker cards or whatever, you can use it to put it in a rest or whatever. So then you can use your leader to swing at it and just get rid of the pesky problem. Right there. Then we play 1 Ghost Warrior due to the fact of blue being relevant and being able to untap energy and stuff. So when you play him, you literally just draw a card and just be like, all right, look, anytime you untap your energy with that's not a leader skill, you got to warp 5 cards from your drop. And most decks, especially if you go against a Trunks and Vegeta deck, I think the black unison version, yeah, you use this to warp their drop area. It will kind of hurt them a little more because they may not restand energy, I believe, but if they somehow manage to untap energy with other battle cards or whatever the case, it just prevents.
You mean the Trunks of Vegeta black card?
Yeah.
Oh, especially if they if you send the cards to warp, then it'll decrease the drop area.
Yep, it decreases the drop area.
When they awaken and they switch the drop to the deck, then they won't have that much in the deck.
They won't have that much in the deck. And then we got 1 Deborah, Darkness Perfect. It's a counterplay.
Yeah, that spitter who's a quitter.
Yeah, it's a counterplay. And when that happens, pretty much if all my energy is black, it reduces the energy cost of it by 1, which will be a 2-drop, which most people are like, it's not that much great anymore or whatever. But I feel like it has a purpose. It's just from going from different card games between Yu-Gi-Oh, Vanguard, Magic, and a little bit of Pokemon, and now doing Dragon Ball. It's always good to have tech cards that are situational to certain things.
You
but
never know
this,
when a counterplay is gonna come in handy.
yeah, you never know. You never know. Sometimes I thought this was a dead card, and then within I think it was before the pandemic hit, it just came in handy when I was going against Super 17 when it was running around in our locals, or it was Android 21 and they went to try to drop Violent Predator and stuff. It helped a little bit, and that's why I activate it or I play it. 1 Super Kamehameha because
Humi, ha.
When your leader is a counterplay, when it plays 4-drop or less, it's for those pesky 1-drops. This is good for like Gohan. I think it's
too.
it could go. I never played against a Pilaf with it, so I mean,
Super Kamehameha could also work.
yeah, it's a good for
Go
1-drops.
tanks. Yeah, for Go tanks if they play that one Hercule Goku card.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good to just spam to pretty much stop their combo plays from ever happening and stuff like that. We got Majin Buu, Wickedness of Incarnation. It's just pretty much you put in your drop area, tap 1, and then I think it's warp 1 black card with him or not with him. I don't remember. I haven't played this deck in a while, but you pretty much get to draw. So I kind of use him because also to his pre-release. I mean, it's shiny and pre-release. And like Brandon said, I love my shiny cards.
Shinies are good. I like
But
shinies too.
anything that draws in this damn game is good. So we do that. I want to bump him up to 2. And kind of be like the ape that when you put it in the drop area, you can tap 2 energies and draw 2 cards and bind. I think it's warp it, but
yeah.
I mean, this is a good budget alternative for it. Then we run 1 Hatchhyack, the Hatred Everlasting, because you can take him and put it on a 4-drop.
I don't know why, but his face in this camera makes him look like Jesus.
Yeah, and
he doesn't have a beard, does he?
No. Okay. When this deck came out, when it first came out, I kind of just threw him in because it just looked cool. And then when I was watching some of the tournament plays being played and saw how they would run 1 or 2, I was just like, okay, well, that was kind of like a lucky guess to kind of put him in. But it's just there just to put on top if I can't get to the other guy that I'm about to show next. And just be able to put pressure or whatever. But then we have 4 Hatchhyack, the fueled by hatred.
I'm angry with hatred.
Because when you have the 4-drop on the board, you can pretty much tap 4 energies. Yeah, tap 4 energies, choose him from the drop area, put him on top, kind of like EX evolve him or whatever. But he has dual attack. He can negate attacks by sacking him, I think. And then you can take a 3 to a 7. Take 3 of those from 3 black battle cards from 3 to 7, put it back to the bottom of your deck, and pretty much warp anything on the board. So he's a good remover, a good defensive, and he's a dual attack, which is very aggressive. And then not only that, if you summon him through that effect of being on top of their grade 4, then he can become, instead of a 5, be a 8. So then it kind of works itself around his stipulation. So now this guy can attack multiple times, and then another battle card, which is less than, can swing to. So then you get pretty much, if you want, you can go attack, and then the other battle card attack, which will give you like 3 attacks. But then we're going to go to 3 of his grade 4 body, where this one is the same thing like all the other Ghost Warriors, where you take a 3 through 7, 3 black battle cards, put them at the bottom, and you can cast them for free. Then if you have 4 energies, you tap 4, and you can get the 5-drop guy and put him on top. Or you can tap 3 energies, send 3 battle cards, and then play him on top. So you got 2 different evolutions that you can go into, which will allow you to extend your game even further. But we're going to go into the counter attack, which is petrification. I don't even know how to.
Petrification.
Yeah, petrification. When your leader card is black, you can pretty much
spit on your.
It pretty much negates
cards.
the attack for that turn, and then switch it into rest mode or whatever.
Guys to stone.
So yeah, it's a good defensive card. I might take it out for a little bit more aggressive type, because the meta is kind of evolving with all the new stuff that's coming out, and everything is a lot faster. So we need
you always gotta
stuff.
upgrade your decks. That's
Yeah.
why I keep GT updated with new stuff.
So you gotta kind of keep everything updated, like Brandon said. But then we got, in the spirit of Brandon, because he loves these guys, because of
Mira.
Dragonball Xenoverse.
Too.
Mira, because of the fact that you can get tap 3. Well, first you if you play this card, you don't.
If you don't have any battle cards in play this card from you. Sorry, I can read it from here.
That's fine. But yeah, you can play for free when you have no battle cards, which is a good first turn, especially when you're playing this deck. It's a good first turn. Tap 3 if you have the 5-drop, which will be right here. It's critical and has barrier, and it can negate an attack. And I believe choose 2 cards in your opponent hand. Yep. And then send them to warp. So you got a little bit more of hand control.
And that's why Mira's on my list of decks to make.
Yeah, it's a good deck. Like, it's not a bad deck.
I had them, but I'm taking them apart. Figured I'd work on that too.
2 Dr. Leche.
Now,
the
is
Departure
this guy
Spirit.
and Hatchhyack, are they the same person?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. Because I knew that.
Because in the movie, what happened, he created the Ghost Warriors from Goku and all the Saiyans past, and just pretty much in Dragon Ball lore at that time, where he brought back Frieza, Cooler, and all of them.
He fused with the Ghost Warrior stuff.
Yeah, what happened was Goku, I think it was Goku, or all of them attacked him with all their signature attacks, and they killed him theoretically. And somehow he merged himself into this crystal ball, and then Hatchhyack was born, and then Hatchhyack was a big giant beast, but of course Goku figured it out, but
And Tapion was not in this movie.
No, Tapion was not in this movie.
Yes, he was not. Which I knew.
But pretty much he's a blocker, but when he's played, you take the top card of your deck. Send the top when it's placed, place 2 cards from your deck, put it in the drop area, and then that's it. So which helps you fuel your drop area, but then when he's in your drop area, you can tap 2 energies, and then you can cast them for free from the drop. So you can block, it goes bye-bye, tap 2, if you need to, it can come out
Bring
next
him back.
turn. Alright. And then we got 2 Hatchhyacks, Mad with Hate. This one EX evolved over the 5-drop one, which now this one has triple strike, triple attack. And then when you evolve this card, switch this card active. So you can attack twice with the 5-drop Hatred one, swing twice, and then EX evolve, and he's active. Then he has triple attack, so he attacks 3 times, and every time he attacks, your opponent cannot activate. Oh no, wait. It says when your opponent activates a counter skill, choose 1 card from their hand and send it to the warp. So then it rips more cards out of their hands.
Very good at hand control.
Yeah, it's good at keeping control in general. Because in the beginning, before we got all the new support, Hatchhyack had a control. It just didn't have a good sealing the deal type kill shot or whatever. So I was like, well, with the new stuff from the draft anniversary box, I'm like, look, I don't want to drop $80 on the ultimate and not really get the job done. I'd rather just beat my opponent down and try to keep as much as control, because I can deck them out, or they won't have enough steam anymore trying to deal with me, and they will lose the whole momentum.
Now, are you going to plan on updating, like putting a unison in this deck, updating?
I tried putting the unison in it. I tried to do the Vegeta and Gotenks, the Gotenks one, I think it was. I think the one that if you mill it, it summons itself for free. It was in the structure deck.
Was it a green unison?
No, it was a black.
What was it?
It was one for Vegeta and Trunks. The fusion one.
Oh, I know. Okay, Gogeta.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I tried it with it. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does.
Just didn't fit your play.
I just feel like I can do a lot more with the utilities of having more 3s or, you know what I mean? Like, it could do a lot more. And then I play 2 Vegetas. Vegeta's dead. Once per turn, when you play this card, if you're using Overwhelm, 2 black cards with the energy a cost 7 or less and is in your workplace, you can add them to your deck. And if you do, place this card from the bottom, draw a card. So it's a good draw card, and it helps me keep, like, if I do run Overwhelm in this deck. So if I do Overwhelm any of, like, my key pieces that I need, like Amiras or Hatchhyacks and stuff like that, because I need to extend plays or whatever, he helps me bring things back. Then I got 2 Bardocks Overwhelms, which kind of combo with Vegeta, because if I Overwhelm and I can get the return stuff back, draw a card from him, and then I just draw 2 cards from him. So that's a total of 3 cards for that whole turn, you know? So this one helps me extend my combos if I need to look for more or get key pieces and stuff. But other than that, he's just used for that, just to draw. He's like a pot of greed almost, in a way, in the Yu-Gi-Oh term. I run 2 Chompers.
For that sweet
Double strike, yeah. Because I can swing with 20, tap 1, be 30, double strike, and it helps me get you closer to killing you and stuff. Just like an instant transmission.
Yeah, what?
2 Dark Planets. Ideally, you want to just keep 1, or sometimes if your drop is looking really good, you don't need to use it, so you can use an Energy Father. But this one, you pretty much just, you want to kind of see it on turn 1, so then you can just mill the top 3, I believe. Is it 3? No. When you play, you look for a Ghost Warrior. So ideally, you want to use that to look up for a Ghost Warrior. And you get to draw a card from him. And then you mill the top 2. And then I think it's every turn, if I'm not mistaken, it mills 2. So it helps fuel your drop area, if I'm correct. If not, just comment down below that I was wrong and it's once per turn, or it's, you know, whatever.
You can say, actually, this is how it goes.
Yeah, I haven't played this deck in, like, I think last year, like a year. So it's been a year since I played it. I just saw some good black cards and just add them in. Mirror from the anniversary box. Why? Because I can just fuel up if I wanted to. I can just fuel my Overwhelm in my warp area and just use him to push for game. Dimensional Banisher. Food?
Every black deck needs food.
Some.
Well,
like, I would say this. Food is the best budget alternative instead of buying the secrets or the secret rares or the high ultimate cards, because they do a lot of good stuff too. But this one is Overwhelm 5.
It's so hard not to drop your phone. I was talking like, what the fuck?
Overwhelm 5, tap 1 energy.
I don't know why I thought this said super combo.
No.
Like, oh no.
You can pretty much just choose one of your opponent cards, battle cards, and send it to warp. There's another removal. I don't know. Something about removal is just a lot better. I don't have to waste no attacks.
Fancy as pickle.
I don't have to waste no attacks on it. Then I run 3 Goku.
To just sweet ass counters.
Yeah, it's a counter attack.
I got those in one of my decks.
Yeah, it's a counter attack, and you just negate the attack for that turn. No, not that turn, but just that attack for that battle. Then I just run 2 Son Gokus, Saiyan Transcendence.
Super Saiyans.
Tap 1 over a Xeno or a Zeno fucking whatever. Goku, pretty much the 1 drop because it's easier. So boom, just do there, and then you can return up to 5. I believe 5. No, you choose up to 4 black cards from your warp and place them in the drop area. And then if you have 3 or less, you cannot play this card or 3 or less energy, you cannot play this card. So this pretty much is full back your drop area, just to keep everything well balanced and everything. And then he's double strike, so it's good pressure.
I thought it was double strike crit.
Nah, he's just double strike. If he was double strike crit, that would have been busted. Alright, then we got Power Burst.
Got that buff
for
daddy.
Master, yeah, for Master Roshi.
Buff daddy Roshi.
Just to have more negates. So you got a total, I think, probably like 7 negates. And then the 1 drop, you literally would just target Goku. So just in case you don't have the 5 drop, you can easily just have it when you're ready to pop it on somebody. Then super combos, I run 2 Trunks and then 2 Bobbies. Because I want to draw and I also want to have defensive depending on the matchup. So instead of just side decking, I just use... we're coming back to it. So what I was saying was I pretty much did a 2 and 2 because of my analogy of Vanguard. I like that if I can't decide, instead of Vanguard, you can't tech in, but I'd rather just keep these 2 for any high pressure games. I can just use this to just defend myself and at the same time use this to draw, just to keep the draw ability and keep being able to dig to get my resources. Then my second best card out of it, my second best card is this guy because Overwhelm, just get to nuke the field. And that's pretty much it. Everybody was running and I was like, well, hey, if the pros are playing it,
Gotta go with the bandwagon.
Yeah, gotta go with the bandwagon. But my main guy I play and I love him to death is this Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Peerless Fusion. Because of the fact I can untap 2, draw 2, pretty much warp 2 cards from your board and warp 2 cards from your hand. It helps most once I try to keep the game in control and I have that kill shot. I can use this to just drop on you and just blow you blow you into space or whatever. But yeah, that's that. That was my deck profile for right now for Hatchhyack. I will say I went against Gotenks and it decimated Gotenks because Gotenks ran out of steam. Also I think I played against Brandon's Counter-Strike Krillin and I beat that. Back then, my worst matchup was kinda Android 21 because it was so slow and I didn't necessarily have all the cards that I needed to build it. But I think now, if it comes down to the meta, there are some cards I would probably tech in, but for right now, it's just not my main priority. But I really think that this leader is good. It is still relevant, and it can change the meta. It's just a matter of people just give it a chance, you know. But yeah, but that's my deck profile, and also I also want to say one thing important: people of America who watches Team Dew. Go vote. Go vote. If you're over the age, go vote. At the age to vote.
And if you don't believe him, even your champion, Hercule Satan, would vote.
Yep.
So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Peace.